Head number 2 looks like a blow-up doll, and head number 3 looks like a sleep paralysis demon. Hello friends, and welcome. My name is Britt, and today I'm going to be starting the 100 Heads Challenge, and I'm just going to do a super fast intro to let you know why and how I'm going to be doing this challenge. Number 1, I'm doing it because I want to get better at portraits, and I want to do it fast, so this challenge is a great way to do that. And number 2, I want to start doing some art projects that are a little bit longer and aren't just 1 or 2 days to complete. The materials that I'm going to be using are this sketchbook. This is a Hahnemühle sketchbook. I think it's their traveler sketchbook. It's got really nice thick paper that does really well with pencil. And then for my drawing tools, I'm going to be using these. These are the Derwent drawing pencils, pack of 24. This is all the colors that they make of these. I've been seeing a lot of people reviewing these on YouTube, and I was jealous, and I can't resist new pencils, so I bought this specifically for this challenge. It has a really nice color palette of nice muted natural colors, especially some really nice greens and blues. So hopefully I will be using this exclusively for this challenge and just use this color palette. I will be trying to follow the original rules of this challenge, which was 10 heads in 10 days. So I'm going to plan to do Monday through Friday, skip the weekend, and do another Monday through Friday for 10 days. I'm not really somebody who's really great at following the rules of things, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, if I think of it or I'm not too tired, I might do a couple of these kind of vlog check-ins at the end of the day. But again, we'll see how things go. So on this uncharacteristically gloomy day, today we are going to get started. Hello, this is VoiceOver Britt, and there's not going to be a lot of voiceover in this video. I'm just going to do a little bit of it here at the beginning to give you some additional information. And then for the rest of the video, it's just going to be those little check-ins that I do where I talk to the camera. If you've never heard of the 100 Heads Challenge, it's a super popular challenge. It was started many years ago on YouTube, and I'll leave some links to more information about it if you'd like that. In addition, as I usually do, I'll have links to all the materials that I'm using here in case you want to check anything out. For reference photos, I just used Pinterest, and I did not use the original Pinterest board that the creator of the challenge made. And that's because there were a lot of pictures in there that I wasn't really interested in drawing. There was some fantasy things and stuff like that. So I just went on Pinterest and just picked ones that I thought had good contrast and good shadows that were easy for me to see. I'm not going to link my board that I made because I don't think it's that great, but I will link a couple of other boards in the comment section in case you want some ideas of what reference photos to use. If you'd like to see more of my art, check out my website and my social media, which are also linked in the description box. All right, I'm going to end the voiceover here. Enjoy. Hello fam, it is day 2. I just woke up. I got up too early because one of my terrible creatures decided he was going to jump on me this morning. So here we are. So day 1 did not go quite as well as I was hoping it would go. I only got 7 heads done, and head number 2 looks like a blow-up doll, and head number 3 looks like a sleep paralysis demon. So, yeah. I don't think the Derwent drawing pencils are working out because they're so soft that they do not hold a point, like, at all. And when I switched to a harder pencil, I did better. So I think I'm gonna have to use coal erase pencils today, or another kind of hard color pencil. I made most of the faces too long, so that seems to be a big part of my problem of getting the proportions correct right now. Luckily, I do have the skill of, like, when I look at something and it's off, I can usually tell why it's off. I still did it wrong, but I could tell why it's off. So yeah, right now I'm like lengthening the face like in the middle, and so they look really weird. Anyway, for today, the goal is simply, well, there's 2 goals. Make the faces shorter and closer to the right proportion, but the main goal is just to finish 10 of them today. And then the 3 that I have left over from yesterday, I am confident I can just like tack one on to a couple of days near the end when I'm faster, hopefully. This is pretty good. The mouth is not right, so it's down a little bit too much, and it should be over to the right a little bit more too, and it might be a little bit too big also, but like, that's good, I think. So, it looks like a person. It's fine. Just as far as like getting it to look like the person it's supposed to be, we are not quite there yet. Hello friends, this is the morning of day 4, so I thought I'd just pop on here and give you a little bit of an update. So day 1, I got 7 done. Day 2, I got 9 done. And then I woke up on day 3. I was exhausted. I was discouraged. Like the sheer amount of processing power and energy that my brain had been having to use for those 2 days, was unparalleled. I was like, I can't do this. I'm too slow. It's taking too much energy. It's taking too much time. There's no way I can do this in 10 days. So what I decided to do on day 3 was I got one spread of the sketchbook. I gridded it out to 12 squares and I said, I'm going to do 12 tiny ones today. And hopefully I can finish that and I won't be able to focus on the details too much because they're smaller and so it'll go faster. And I didn't film anything yesterday because filming, again, takes brain energy to do and it slows things down. And I just need to get caught up and I just needed to lock in. So actually yesterday went really well. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'd say the last couple of them, it actually started to feel easier to do. So heads 24 through 28 started to feel like I wasn't burning my brain cells so much in order to do it. So today I think I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to do another grid of 12. If I can finish that today, then I will be caught up to where I'm actually supposed to be and I will have 40 heads done. So, and now my dog is barking outside. Here's a doggy. Here's a doggy. So anyway, I haven't eaten breakfast, yet, so I'm going to go do that, and then we're going to get started for the day. Hello everybody, this is the morning of day 5 and these are my pictures from day 4. I got to here and I had 3 more to do, so I did these 3 this morning. I only did 9 yesterday. But I am starting to be able to do like facial expressions. Like I'm really proud of this one right here. So what I'm gonna try to do now is I've kind of mapped out the basic location. So I'm kind of gonna go like this as like a composition. and try to get 10 in for the rest of today. Good morning. This is the beginning of day 6. This is where I ended off on day 5. I got 8 done on day 5. So right now I'm sitting at 45 heads. And so I'm going to try to catch up today. And it is day 6, but I actually had 3 days of rest in between. So this is a Tuesday. So hopefully my brain didn't forget everything that it learned last week. So we'll see how that goes. Good morning, and I believe this is possibly day 8. I don't remember anymore because I took a huge break in between. I did the first week pretty well. I got to 45 in 5 days, so that was good. And then the hormones hit and I got burnt out and I had brain fog and I couldn't do anything for like a week. So now I'm getting back to it. I'm still going to try to do it in 10 or 11 days. They're just not consecutive days. I just thought I'd pop on here and update you to what I have done. So let's see. This was at the end of the last week. So this is like famous women in history and pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. And then when I try to get back into things, I was doing this, which is some master copies of some Sargent pencil sketches, because I thought that's easy, because if somebody else has already done the pencil sketch, you just copy it. It's a little bit easier when your brain doesn't work. And then that's when my entire break happened. And then yesterday, I wrote, what is this? What is this? I tried to change mediums and use ballpoint pen and marker. And I guess I shouldn't change mediums in the middle of the thing, because then I have to relearn. Like, look at that. Look at that. And then I tried it with just marker, like as a value study. And this is okay, but it was started to bleed, so it wasn't working. So then I finally got back into using the Derwent pencils, the really soft ones, and I decided to do these kind of still like a value study, so that I'm not getting like bogged down in details, and that seemed to work pretty well. So I'm gonna do that. So basically trying to do what I was doing with the markers, but do it with a pencil, if that makes any sense. So that's what we're gonna continue today. All right, see you later. Okay, so it's been about 2 hours since I last spoke to you, and if we're being honest, this is torturing me. So let me show you what I've done. It's not much, and it's not very good. So here is what we have from last week. This is from today. Abysmal. Then I tried to redo this one a couple of times. I tried to redo it again in like the painterly style of just doing the blocks of color. She looks constipated. And then I came back with a pencil and redid it with pencil. So that's where I'm at. And I'm having a very difficult time because I don't have any motivation to be doing this anymore. Portraits are not my normal subject. It's not my passion. Like, that's not what I'm intending my art to be in its final form. You know, sometimes I do portraits every once in a while, but it's not my main thing. So I'm up to 70 right now. I think that I have improved a ton, especially with doing portraits in pencil. So I think what I need to do is end this video here, and this is going to be the part 1 of the 100 heads challenge. And so the part 1 is 70 heads. I did it in 8 or 9 days. I had a good momentum at the beginning. I learned a lot, but now I've hit a wall. What I have learned about myself and probably about life in general is that when something is becoming torturous to you and you don't have a benefit that is overriding that feeling, then you don't need to keep doing that. I think what I will do is continuing through this year, possibly, is I will put out a couple of videos of me doing like fully rendered portraits. So like a nice finished product piece that takes me a couple of hours just to do one of them, because I think that will keep my interest. I haven't done that before, and it'll be nice to see like putting all the skills together that I've learned from this. Like, what can I do with it? Like, what can I really do? Like, give it a go at an actual piece of art. Sorry if this is an anticlimactic ending, but I think it's good to see something realistic. So, you know, I'm a professional content creator. Like, this is what I do all day, every day. I don't have another job. And still, even for me, this was too much. So if you try to do this and you can't finish it, like, do not feel bad about it. Please do not feel bad about yourself. Most of the people that I've seen that have actually been able to finish this are people who are more experienced artists. So like, this is not as much of a struggle. Like, they don't have to burn their brain cells just to do a single sketch, you know? So I'm sure it's still really difficult for them, but they've already kind of got the capability to do portraits. And so I think they can get through it easier. Do I think it's worth it? I think it's worth it if what you want to do in your art is portraits. Like, I think that's worth it. But if you're like me and portraits are not your main thing, I think 50 is probably good enough. Anyway, before we end, I'll give you a little flip through of all of the drawings that I did, my 70 drawings. It's like shitty in the beginning, then it gets good, and then it gets shitty again at the end. So here you go. Take a little look-see at that. And I want to say thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you for being here on this journey with me. I liked doing these little vlog sections because it kept it a little bit more interesting for everyone. So stay tuned hopefully for next week. I will be coming out with another art video. Probably not another one of these portrait videos. I'll probably wait a couple weeks before I get back into that and do a more rendered portrait. But I'll have some other art stuff for you, or possibly my June reading journal, something like that. So thank you so much. I appreciate all of you who watch my videos. I hope you had an enjoyable time kind of seeing how this process goes for somebody who is not already really good at portraits. And I hope you'll join me for another one. Take care of yourself, take care of the people around you, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!